Well, hey, today we're talking about tea and a time when it was considered an uber extravagant gift. Yeah, there was a time. Today it's a thoughtful gift, maybe a little less extravagant. Stay tuned. Well, hello, it's Heidi Dulabon, and today we are going to talk about a time in history when tea was one of the most extravagant gifts you could possibly give someone, reserved for only the utmost wealthy of society. So, tea, let's just talk about it. Well, we've been drinking tea or eating tea leaves for thousands of years. And in the year 2737 BC, a long time ago in China, there's a legend that says that the Emperor Shennong was outside in the beautiful countryside and his servant was there boiling water for him because Shennong loved to have water boiled before he drank it. Well, some leaves from a tree nearby blew into the pot of boiling water. Well, Shennong was not just the emperor, he was a botanist, handy. And he said, well, what are these leaves? Well, let's just give this a try. I think these are some of the leaves people have been chewing. Is this the Camellia sinensis? Well, later became known as. And he started steeping the tea leaves, drinking them, and they've been drinking them since. Okay, but how did tea get from China to the rest of the world? Well, tea found its way to Portugal by the way of those great Portuguese mariners and traders. Portugal was very unique. It had its own direct trade route with China through the port of Macau, and they could go and they were bringing tea back to Portugal. So the Portuguese, they knew about tea. But on the rest of the continent of Europe and in Britain, not so much. From Portugal, a little bit spread out here or there, but not so much until the Dutch started taking tea from their port of Java, where they had coffee plantations. They went to China, to Java, check on the coffee, take the tea back to the Netherlands in the very early 1600s. From there, it starts spreading out a little bit, but it just doesn't really take off in Britain. And, Britain then has a monopoly with the British East India Company for any imports into Britain. And so, they're thinking, okay, well, what is this tea? We think we want to have some tea. So we have a wedding. Yes, we have a wedding. And through these weddings, this confluence of all these ideas and products, all these neat things happen through these weddings. Okay, so there's this beautiful Portuguese princess. Her name is Catherine de Braganza. She is gorgeous. She is got it going on. She's rich. She's something. She has a dowry like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's over the top, crazy, wealthy dowry. It includes everything you can think of, plus a couple of port cities of Tangiers and Bombay, current day Mumbai. Yes, she was wealthy. So she goes to England to marry the king. Very exciting. She is the it gal. Everybody wants to be like her. She's just really got it going on. And part of her dowry, part of the things she brings with her are cases of loose tea. She's Portuguese. They knew all about tea. She's drinking it. She was a tea nut. She loved tea. So she brings it, and the Brits are all like, well, what's this? We've heard of it a little bit, but we're not really quite sure. What is this? What is it? Well, it becomes the rage, except it is so expensive. It is so expensive because the Dutch are taking it into the Netherlands, the Portuguese are taking it into Portugal, but we're going to have to wait till the British East India Company, they can bring tea in. They start bringing tea in, but it's a slow go. It is so expensive. A pound of loose tea costs the same as an average working person's yearly salary. What you made in a whole year was the same price as 1 pound of tea. So you could see it was reserved for just the utmost wealthy people. But there were a lot of wealthy people, and they wanted to be just like Catherine. So they're getting tea, they're drinking tea, and it just became all the rage. And finally, things happened, and the taxes also were uber crazy on tea, and the taxes stayed on tea for years and years and years. Even, I'm an American. We remember the Boston Tea Party. Yeah, the taxes on tea were never that light. So, there was a lot to this, why tea was so expensive. There were even times in those early days when it's getting to Europe and it's so, so, so costly that canisters were made. Yes, the best cabinet makers like Chippendale and Hepplewhite, they made beautiful boxes out of wood just for this tea, and it was kept under lock. And the lady of the house kept the key because this stuff was expensive. 1 pound was equal to an average person's whole salary for a year. So yeah, lock and key. Okay, so luckily things eased up, and now today I'm at my kitchen counter. I'm enjoying a really lovely cup of tea, and it didn't cost me an arm and a leg, so that's pretty good. So next time you purchase some tea and you think, geez, that's pretty expensive, think back in history. Heck, that's nothing what they had to pay. All right. Hope this helps. Drop me a comment. Subscribe, please. Hit that button, please. And as I always say, please be kind. Thank you.